Hello and good evening, my lovely wolf pack, and welcome back to the Lone Wolf Show, brought to you by Wolfpack Media, the most entertaining place on YouTube for your news and commentary. I'm your host, Justin Huseman, founder and news contributor. We have a great show today, and I cannot wait to get started, but before we do, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, share the show with literally everyone you've ever met in your entire life, and join the pack today. Seriously, that's the best way that you can support us and the things we do at this channel. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so that you can get updated on all the newest episodes here at the channel. All right, we'll get right into it. Well, my friends, today the White House dropped some scathing evidence against James Comey and his FBI by declassifying memos which show that the FBI at the time opened a criminal probe specifically targeting Donald Trump, back in May 2017. This is incredible, guys. Incredible. I can't believe nobody's talking about this. So hopefully this leads to some criminal indictments, not just for Comey, but for some of the bigger players in the Russian collusion hoax, like Obama and Hillary Clinton. Because if we don't see any accountability, guys, then there's nothing stopping this from happening again. Honestly, yeah, I don't know how none of the mainstream media outlets are talking about this story at all. I don't understand how the White House itself dropped this information today, and literally I've heard nothing about it. I just happened to catch it in a post on X, but I guess let's go ahead and get into it here. We have this from the White House, from whitehouse.gov, the government own website here. FBI secretly opened probe alleging Trump fired Comey because he was a Russian asset, declassified memos show. The FBI opened a criminal probe specifically targeting Donald Trump in May 2027, alleging the newly elected president may have been acting as a Russian asset, which we all know is complete and utter horseshit at this point. When he fired then-director James Comey, even though the Bureau's own evidence overwhelmingly showed at the time there was no collusion with the Kremlin. So, in other words, they just fucking made it up. They fucking made it up. Comey seemed to have been pissed off because Trump fired him. I don't know, man. Insane. Treason. Treason. It's a reason for treason. Internal FBI memos newly declassified by the White House show the investigation, code name Oxford Comma, I believe. Wow, that's a stupid fucking code name. Was launched in the immediate aftermath of Comey's May 9th, 2017 firing, and was predicated on the allegation that previously released records show the Bureau's own agents had mostly dismissed. Oh my goodness. Like, treason. I don't understand. Why is it so hard to get a treason charge, man? Like, all these people, like, quite literally committed treason, man. I don't understand it. I don't know. Well, hopefully, like I said, these declassified documents mean we're not just going to sit on this. Because it's like I've said this before on the show, that I'm tired of hearing what happened. We all know what happened. What are we going to do about it? What are the solutions to this? What is going to stop this kind of stuff from happening again? That's what I want to hear. Quit telling me what happened. Quit telling me a story, dude. Like, I know this stuff happened. We have the documents here. We know. And even before that, we all knew that the Russia bullshit was bullshit. We all knew this. We've been saying this since 2016, 2017. So quit telling me the shit that I already know and tell me what you're going to do about it. That's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, because that's where I start to get disheartened. That's when I start to take the black pill, is when they keep telling me all this bad stuff happened, this happened, and that happened, and it's like, okay, I understand. Thank you for being so transparent and telling me and showing me and giving me the documents. Now, do something about it, will ya? because it means absolutely nothing to me as a regular American, just an average American citizen. It means zero to me for you to tell me a story that I already know and then do absolutely nothing about it. Because, like I said, accountability without accountability, it's just going to happen again. It's going to happen over and over and over again. And you telling me a story doesn't help. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think about that down in the comments. Are you tired of hearing what happened and you just want to hear what's going to happen in the future? That's what I want. All right. Anyway, I'll read on here. The goal of the investigations is to determine if President Trump is or was directed by, controlled by, and or coordinated activities with the Russian Federation in a manner constituting a threat to the national security of the United States and or a violation of the federal criminal statutes, it added. In addition, this investigation will also seek to determine whether President Trump and others yet to be named obstructed and or conspiracy to obstruct any associated FBI investigation. The memo written by the FBI's Counterintelligence Division and approved by the then FBI General Counsel James Baker and then Assistant Director for Counterintelligence William Priestap. I don't know how to pronounce names. Can't pronounce names, you guys know. Made clear the concerns about Russian influence and obstruction included Comey's firing in part because of the public explanations Trump gave for it. This alternative explanation can be reasonably read to imply that the FBI's counterintelligence investigation was a factor in President Trump's decision to terminate Comey, the memo stated. Both the acting FBI director, Andrew McCabe, and Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein were advised that the probe had been launched, the memos show. The FBI marked the investigation as a sensitive investigative matter and declared it was the least intrusive method to address the serious national security risk posed by the activities alleged. But that decision proved anything but non-intrusive. It prompted the appointment of special counsel Robert Mueller by Rosenstein and a nearly 2-year probe that hampered the start of the Trump presidency, even though Mueller's team, like the FBI before it, was unable to substantiate any conclusion between Russia and Trump's campaign during the 2016 election because they made it up, guys. They made it up. They were doing anything they possibly could to undermine the elected president of the United States, which is treason. Duly elected president of the United States, and they were doing anything and everything. His own FBI, and along with CIA assets too, were just straight up undermining the duly elected president of the United States, and launching these fraudulent investigations into him for reasons that I honestly don't quite understand, other than that they just were scared of a president like Trump. You know, these 3-letter agencies, they really do not like it when they do not like populist presidents, yo. I don't know why. Maybe it's because anybody that they can't control and puppeteer. President Trump came out there and was like, "There is no strings on me, motherfuckers." So, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's absolute insanity, straight treason. Oh my God. All right. So the Mueller report, subsequent investigation by Special Counsel John Durham, released by the Biden Justice Department in 2023, concluded there was no basis for the FBI to investigate into alleged Trump-Russia collusion. There was no basis to begin with, dude. The original Crossfire Hurricane investigation into alleged Trump-Russia collusion. Yeah. Oh, God. Wow. These people, man. These people, just blatant, dude. Just blatant treason, and we're just going to sit here and be like, well, you know, nothing to see here. You know damn well legacy media isn't covering any of this. It's a crazy time that we live in, that the White House can drop something this substantial and fucking, what do you hear from anybody in the media right now? Fucking crickets, dude. Fucking crickets all the fucking time, dude. Showing their fucking bias, dude. I may be pretty biased just because I'm a Trump supporter, but dude, come on now. Like, we gotta we got to look at this. If I could look at this in a non-biased point of view, if I was an actual journalist, I'm not an actual journalist, guys. I'm just a YouTuber that I read the news. I just report shit. I just report shit that I read, okay? But if I was, say I was like an actual, I don't know, a TV personality, because you can't even call them journalists really anymore these days on the TV. They're TV personalities. They're Democrat, liberal fucking personalities with biased opinions to shove down the American people's throats. That's my opinion. But you know, I don't know, man. If I was a real journalist, I would have to say, looking at something like this drop on a government website, watching these documents, these memos be put out. This is big news, guys. I guess. I don't know. I guess that's what your good friend Justin and the Wolf Pack is here for, I suppose. To report on the shit that they won't. Oh, goodness. Let's see here. Where was I? Now I lost where I was. Durham Report. Was I there? Da-da-da-da. The newly declassified Oxford comma memos show the case was closed on April 9th, 2019, a few weeks after Mueller's probe was sunset with a final report and no charges against Trump. The special counsel provided the attorney general with a confidential report explaining his prosecution and declination decisions, the closing memo noted. The memos are being released as federal prosecutors in Fort Pierce, Florida, reportedly investigate whether the FBI, DOJ, and intelligence agency engaged in an ongoing conspiracy to violate the civil rights of Trump and his followers through repeated criminal investigations that lacked evidence of wrongdoing. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. It looks like they're investigating in Florida too. I love it. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. And that means, too, anybody that's been given a pardon involving any of this by Biden, these are going to be state crimes, it looks like. If they're investigating it in Florida, I would assume that this is a state crime, so they can get around that whole dealio. Lacked evidence of wrongdoing. Investigating, yeah, this is at least this is an open shut case as far as I can see for as far as it comes to civil rights of Donald Trump himself. Yeah, they violated his civil rights by investigating. You can't just investigate people without probable cause. Zero probable cause, guys. You guys want to fucking talk about kings and shit? Like, yeah, dude, you can't even investigate people without probable cause. All you people out there that are screaming about illegals and shit, like they need due process and da-da-da-da, fucking what about Donald Trump's due process? You don't fucking care about that, do you? No, I'm sure you fucking don't. Because these people don't actually care about the things that they say they care about. They only care about power. That's all they care about. They don't actually care about civil liberties. Are you fucking nuts? No, they care about power. Power is power, as far as these people are concerned. Their moral compasses be damned. Where was I? I always lose my place. I'm sorry about that, guys. All right. It was well known that the FBI wanted to investigate Comey's firing by Trump as an act of obstruction, and that such concerns led to Mueller's special counsel appointment. Records would later show Comey was fired on the merits because the DOJ believed he mishandled the Hillary Clinton email investigation, and the department's independent inspector general would later conclude that Comey violated long-standing department practice and protocol with his conduct in the Clinton case. No shit. No shit. They basically did whatever the hell they wanted to do there. Oh, okay, where was I? Here I am. The new FBI memos identified and declassified by the White House Government Transparency Task Force reveal for the first time that the FBI predicated the obstruction case against Trump and gave it a code name on the concern that then-president may have been an asset of Russian leader Vladimir Putin. Fucking absurd. But previously released FBI and DOJ records show The notion of Trump being a Russian asset had already been widely dismissed by agents and analysts working for months beforehand on the Crossfire Hurricane case that examined Russia-Trump collusion. Which, once again, this Russia-Trump collusion shit, we later learned there was also no probable cause for these investigations in the first place, other than Obama just wanted to do it. Oh, in fact, the lead agent in the Crossfire Hurricane case texted his colleague the same week that Oxford comma was open, suggesting he did not believe the allegations were substantiated. I hesitate in part because of my gut sense and concern there's no big there. There's no big there. That's a typo, it looks like. Then Deputy Assistant Director Pete Sorzak, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, wrote FBI Special Counsel Lisa Page on May 19th, 2017. Storzak's text sent... I can't read today. Storzak's text sentiments were confirmed by another key colleague working the case, Special Agent William Barnett, who would later tell the Justice Department that by early 2017, the FBI had mostly ruled out that the Trump campaign and its various players, like retired General Mike Flynn, our advisors Carter Page and George Papadopoulos, I always like saying his name, Papadopoulos, had concluded with the Kremlin. According to the FBI interview report of Barnett released in 2020, Barnett still did not see any evidence of collusion between the Trump campaign and the Russian government, the summary of the agent's interview revealed. Gee, no evidence whatsoever. How is this not newsworthy? It's just Trump further being vindicated. People, I don't get it. Like, it's so annoying that the leftists just completely ignore this shit. Completely ignore it. You know what they'll say if I try to explain this whole dealio to them. You know what they're gonna say? They'll go, Trump's a pedophile, though. Yeah, that's all these fucking people got. They just fucking bunch of ooga boogas. They don't care. They do not care. Fucking. It's like when we did the report. It's like when we did the report on the 2020 elections and all the evidence that dropped on that. The speech that Trump did, his address to the nation, man, on the 2020 election fraud. Nobody cares. Nobody cares at all. They'll go off on him and what would they do? What would they do with that? The media did the pre-bunking. Pre-bunking is what they called it. Not debunking. They were preparing to debunk this thing that they haven't even heard yet. They refused to look at the evidence in the first place. This shit's insane to me, guys. Insane. Nobody's covering this at all. Oh, where was I? Oh, goodness. The first warning signs of those concerns actually emerged in late summer 2026. I might have got a little ahead of myself there. By the time the FBI tried to portray Trump as under Putin's grip to justify the opening of the Oxford comma investigation, it had also learned that the original allegations of collusion came from Hillary Clinton's campaign. Were funneled to the FBI in a dossier written by a former British spy named Christopher Steele, who was paid by the Clinton campaign's law firm, and that the Steele dossier's contents had mostly been uncorroborated, are debunked, and were part of a political dirty trick. No shit. The first warning signs those concerns actually emerged in late summer 2016. When CIA Director John Brennan personally briefed then-President Barack Obama and the FBI that U.S. intelligence had intercepted Clinton's plan on or about July 26, 2016, to manufacture a scandal alleging Trump was conspiring with Russia to hijack the 2016 election. Yeah, so the Obama administration knew that this was bunk, but he ordered investigations anyway. Absolutely insane. While Hillary Clinton was allowed to just make up lies to rig an election and Yeah, we're just gonna ignore that and sweep it under the rug, guys. Yep, just keep fucking, don't believe your lying eyes. Let these motherfuckers gaslight you. We're getting additional insight into Russian activities from, and it's redacted. Brennan notes of his conversation with Obama stated, site summarizing alleged approved by, well, I can't, this does not read right. Site summarizing alleged approved by Hillary Clinton proposal from one of her foreign policy advisors to vilify Donald Trump by stirring up a scandal claiming interference by the Russian security service. So yeah, all these people knew that this was hocus pocus, bunkus, but yet they chose to investigate and while violating the civil rights of Donald Trump the entire freaking time. On August 3rd, 2016, during a meeting at the White House, CIA Director Brennan briefed President Obama, Vice President Biden, DNI Clapper, FBI Director Comey, and other U.S. officials regarding Russian interference efforts, as well as the T1 intelligence received concerning the referenced plan by the Clinton campaign, the annex noted. By early 2017, well before the launch of Oxford Common Probe, the FBI had evaluated every statement in the Steele dossier, concluding that some were provably false and most others were either internet rumor or unable to be corroborated, according to a spreadsheet that FBI analysis created. Some of the subsources and sources in the dossier distanced themselves from that Steele, from what Steele claimed. They said, in fact, the FBI knew that Steele's primary subsource, Igor Dashenko, I don't know, some Russian ass name, was suspected for years of being a Russian asset. In an interview with the FBI in February 2017, Dashenko claimed, I cannot read names, sorry guys, some of the information attributed to him in the Steele dossier was simply hearsay, according to FBI interview memos released back in 2020. By early January 2017, the FBI also cleared another of the targets of the Russia collusion probe, then National Security Advisor Mike Flynn. No derogatory information was reported back to the FBI. January 4th, 2017, FBI memo closing down the Flynn investigation stated. Yeah, so everybody knows. Everybody knows Flynn was innocent, bro. In his interview with the FBI years later, Agent Barnett described the FBI's investigation into Russia collusion as a misguided effort to get Trump that resembled a bad version of the popular game of Clue. That's funny. Barnett and others joked about how the investigation into collusion could be made into a game, which they referred to as Collusion Clue. The interview summary of Barnett stated, in the hypothetical game, investigators are able to choose any character conducting any activity in any location and pair this individual with another character and interpret it as evidence of collusion. Absolutely. Wow. Yeah, that's a lot, but I don't know. It just goes to show you that these people knew. So treason charges at the end of the day should be brought up. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up there, but let me know what you guys think. Should the FBI and DOJ, now that we know all this, bring up some sort of charges? We know that the state of Florida is investigating this now. Let me know what you guys think. But yeah, that was a lot. Sorry, guys. I kind of read that real fast, but that was a lot of shit. Yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. If you enjoy the show, make sure you hit that little bell button so you can be notified on new episodes. Also, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the show with quite literally everybody. It's the best thing that you can do to share us out to people so that we can get some more subscribers, like viewers like you. Anyway, you can also find us on X and Facebook and TikTok now and all the other places at Wolfpack Media 92, and we will see you guys in the next episode. Peace.